This video is a transition video for my channel. A lot of my life is changing drastically, and I've actually been preparing for the last year to move out of the country. It's kind of scary to share my preparation, everything, because people have a lot of opinions about travel and places, and I have had to learn to really filter the amount of advice that I take from people, because people have a lot of opinions about things that they don't know about, especially South America. So I've spent a lot of time researching and conversing with people who've actually done a lot of the things that I'm about to do. It's been kind of a nerve-wracking experience wanting to make this video, but I know I've gained so much from digging through YouTube and watching people who have moved out of the country and traveled full time in a lot of destinations that I'm going to. So if my video can help anyone out there, or if you just want to watch my journey because maybe you have responsibilities and work and kids that keep you in one place, then gladly I would love to share as much content as I can throughout my journey. I am moving to South America, finally, I think. I'm still saying that I am because it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when, and nobody knows when anything's going to happen right now in life. So plans are just kind of funny. My journey with choosing to move to South America began when I was 13 years old. I remember I opened my first book in my Spanish class, and I saw pictures of all the architecture and the people's faces and the clothes they were wearing. And I grew up in a very conservative Texas home and in private school and just in a very little bubble. So being able to see these people who look so different and live so differently just intrigued me so much. And it lit a fire in my soul where I felt like out of everywhere, every continent on this planet, for me to be in my element and feel the most like myself and the most alive is going to be in South America. My soul just told me that 20 years ago almost. Fast forward through high school, I went to college in Hawaii. South America has always been in the back of my mind. And after I graduated from college, about a year after, I realized, like, I'm so comfortable in Hawaii. If I don't leave now, then I might not ever leave. And that's when I decided to move to Las Vegas, Nevada. Why Las Vegas? Because I was a bartender. I heard the cost of living was really cheap. And so I just moved there on a whim without a job and just wung it. So moving to Vegas, I just got suckered into that party tornado there. It was just a little bit different than Hawaii. Even whenever I started to kind of get my act together around like 27 years old, I got into a serious hiking accident, which was a huge setback for me. I don't even think I thought about South America for a couple of years, to be honest. I was just living in the present like a young, irresponsible adult, where you're very just consumed in the now and not thinking about the future or any goals. But I noticed once you approach your 30s, that starts to change a lot. You start to think a lot more about the future and become more cautious in your decision making. South America really wasn't ignited back into my soul until early last year. And how this began is I was reading The Alchemist. The main character, Santiago, his whole journey in this book is to get to the Egyptian pyramids. It's what is called his personal legend, which pretty much means his calling or, you know, his ultimate purpose or yearning in his soul. And right before he gets to them at the end, after this long, crazy journey, he meets the love of his life. And he begins to lose interest in making it to these pyramids. His goal has shifted, and his energy has shifted onto this woman. And so he gets pretty consumed in that and is questioning if he should even go anymore. But then it hits him that later on in life, this relationship develops and they get married, they start to have children, and you know, they go through their rocky relationship times where things aren't great and life becomes normal again and things just balance out. He knew that the Egyptian pyramids would always be in the back of his mind, and that he would resent himself if he did not finish this journey. And he knew that his love would always be there waiting for him if it was real after he seeked this out. So reading and finishing this book, just boom, like light bulbs, fireworks, like everything went off through my whole body telling me, holy crap, Jessica, if you don't go to South America now, you might never go, and you will think about it for the rest of your life. What if you went? So early 2019, last year, it was like, all right, this is happening. I'm making this happen. I don't care what it takes. And I knew that we can make our dreams become a reality if we want them bad enough. I've always said you don't want anything bad enough unless you make it happen. I quit drinking last April for more than one reason, but a big one was to save money. I just traveled a lot less last year in comparison to what I normally do. I still went to a lot of places because I can't stay in one place very long. I really took in Vegas this last year and the beauty all around, in Utah and Arizona and California and all over Nevada, because I knew it was my last year in the US, much less in Vegas. And I spent a lot of time with my close friend Cody. We had a blast just adventuring together and being silly and just trying to live in the present while thinking of, my future goals and working towards that. It's been so hard because I've been so busy for the last year planning this trip that I wanted to share it with everybody along the way, but really only my close friends knew about me moving to South America for the last year. The first ticket that I bought to South America was around summertime last year, because once I decided I was going, I knew I wanted to teach yoga throughout my journey, or to have that as a tool so I could make money, but also so I could evolve as a teacher based on the people I experienced and where I got to teach. I booked, after months of research with one of my close friends who's going to do the teacher training with me, we found the perfect one. So I bought my ticket there, and that's what was going to kick off my journey. Is I was going to start the first month in this destination getting my teacher certificate, and then after that I was going to use Workaway for the rest of my journey. And I can't believe that I have not used Workaway my whole life, because I'm not one of those travelers who needs to go see a place and check that off my list. I'm not really a bucket list traveler. I desire to connect with the people and to learn and take in things and have a spiritual experience, an emotional experience, really take in the customs of destinations. And I haven't been able to do that because of work and life. I've only been able to travel like a normal person for 1 week at a time, maybe 2 tops, very rarely in my life. And so I haven't really had that opportunity to submerge into the lifestyles of local people where I travel to. And that's what this whole trip is about, is really understanding how people live differently and taking in and learning from them. So workaway.info is this amazing travel exchange program that's been around for a long time. And what you do is you trade your volunteer work, so 20 to 25 hours of work a week, for accommodations and meals. And in these destinations are all over the world. So in South America, I specifically looked up yoga teaching type positions, eco building, vegan farming, organic farming, and a bunch of other different things where I'm just in my element, things that I'm passionate about. So not only can I contribute, but I can also learn and take a lot in. My goal has been to spend a minimum of a month, and I've booked probably 6 months out between 4 different countries of volunteering, where I do about a month worth of work away with these families, and then have a week or 2 in between just kind of doing my own thing in a destination, so I can create content and just kind of relax and lay back and do whatever I want. I've booked about 5 months, but I knew I didn't want to book any more than that, because I knew I needed to go with the flow. Because as you're traveling, you learn things, you meet people, your desires change, and I really wanted to keep things open. So 5 months I really didn't even need to book out, but it's really hard for me to kind of let go and be unorganized sometimes. My goal this whole last year has been to move to Texas April 8th, drop off all my stuff, really not move here, but just drop it all off here, spend 10 days with my family, and then April 18th, start in Peru. But because of the shitstorm of Corona, I had to leave Vegas as soon as I could, as soon as I got laid off from my bartending job and everything closed down. My friend Cody just stepped up to the plate and helped me clean everything and sell everything that I own last minute. Thankfully, I was already prepared months in advance, already selling the bigger items and such. I had to pack up really quickly to get here in case state lines closed, and my landlord knew that I was moving on a certain date and had already filled my apartment with another tenant. So I didn't want to be stuck homeless in Vegas, not knowing when I could get here to bring all my stuff. My car that I sold, I wasn't able to do the final transaction because the DMV closed. So I'm not able to receive my title to sign my car over. So I ended up driving my car to Texas, filled up my car with everything that I could. Probably took my time, like 3 days worth of driving, 1,000 something miles. And I had a really good time driving here and just trying to soak everything in that's been happening, because for the last probably 6 months to a year, my life has just been crazy preparing for this move. I've just had my head down researching about vaccinations. I did Krav Maga for a couple of months because I knew that when I was traveling, I can't travel with a gun or a knife or a taser. And I really wanted to feel comfortable being alone in some places, knowing that if I needed to escape or kick someone's ass or defend myself and get away, that I had that option. And, Krav Maga has been so incredible. I recommend that for anybody, not even just for traveling, but day-to-day stuff. Researching travel visas in different countries, the amount of time that I'm allowed to stay there within a year, certain areas to stay away from. Driving here was very therapeutic for me. Knowing that I was on the road was such a sense of relief, and getting into these hotels each night, I just felt at peace, and the sense of adventure has already taken over, and there's already been so many lessons before I'm even getting to South America. I like when plans just completely get uprooted and I have to start over from scratch. I like being out of my comfort zone. It's crazy. Now I am in Texas. I made it. And what is there to do? I wait. I sit and I wait, and I'm quarantined, obviously. I've been here about a week now. My yoga teacher training dates have been moved to June. If that's even going to happen, I don't know, but I've had to cancel probably 6 flights, and then I've booked a lot of Airbnbs. Obviously, a lot of my work away arrangements have also been canceled. Traveling after all of this is going to be very interesting. I don't know what it's going to look like the next year in South America as a foreigner, but as of right now, like I'm going. Sitting here waiting for travel bans to lift so that I can go on my journey, and I have no idea what it's going to look like, how it's going to unfold with this whole virus. I believe beauty comes from every experience, so I'm not worried because I know everything works together for my good. So even though all my original plans have been pretty much wiped away and changed, and they're going to be completely different, I know what's changed is going to be an even more beautiful experience than what I could have imagined or planned in the first place. So no matter the trial, the trauma, the struggle, I truly believe that there's so many beautiful things and lessons and just knowledge that can come from our experiences. So I'm actually in the midst of this chaos. I'm trusting. I'm just trusting, and I'm letting go. I will keep you guys updated on what's going to happen in the future. For now, I'm still going. I am being present and spending time with my parents and watching all these YouTubers who are stuck in South America. That is the last year in a nutshell. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. See you guys later. It is February 8th, which means it is exactly 2 months from today that I will be moving out of Las Vegas. And I have so much to do.